Hey everyone, Ben's here. Today we're going to look at the World Builder coming in the 8.6 update. It's fairly easy to use. I'll take you step by step through the editor and the process. It's pretty standard, the controls are same as Unity engine. But before we dig into the editor, let's prepare a height map, which we'll use for the base of our level. For that, you want to search for height maps. I find islands tend to work better because you don't have hard edges like on some of these. So save that, load it into your favorite image editor. I use Photoshop, but GIMP or other free editors would work just as well. I think it's loaded as a grayscale, so you're going to want to change that to RGB color. And we're going to need 2 layers. One layer will be the actual elevation map, the height map the game will use, and another layer will be, let's duplicate that. The other layer will be the colors the game will use to colorize the map. So let's hide this and start with our elevation map. Black is under sea level, and what we want to do is maybe make it a more level kind of playing field so it's easier to place objects and navigate around. So to do that, we want to go to image, brightness, contrast, and if we pump up the brightness, we'll see the colors kind of clip and level out, and contrast will affect the edges more so, where you get sheer cliffs or shallow beaches or something like that. So get it to how you like. I think this looks good. Again, it's all up to your preference or what kind of map you want to make. So we finished the height map. We want to go over to the color map. So for this, there's a million ways to go about it. A quick and easy one is to colorize the map quickly. You can go for grasslands or kind of a desert look. It's really up to your preference. Play with this a bit. And if you really want to get into details, you can get in and draw each individual pixel or use whatever tools you want. But this is just a quick and dirty guide to get things done. So we have our height map and our color map. We're going to actually want to apply this height map mask to our color layer. So for this, we want to add a layer mask, which is blank right now. So we're going to copy this, select all, Control A, copy. You have to Alt select the mask and paste into it. So here we can actually delete this old layer now. And here we have our height map ready. So again, the colors are used, the height map, the alpha is the transparency, and that will be used for the elevation of the final map. So we can export that as a PNG. Again, make sure PNG format is selected. You want to keep transparency. And we can see the file size here is a bit large. This could be a problem if we have many players on the server because they each have to download the map. So if we want to scale that down, we actually don't need that much detail. 512 by 512 is still plenty. Oh, we lost our image, so I think we have to deselect our map. Try it again. And I think 512 should still give us plenty of detail. So there we go. And it'll still be plenty of detail for our game as far as we need. I mean, it is a low poly game, and we just cut our file size down to more than 80%. So we can export that. Save over our original height map, and I think we can load that in the game. So let's try that. So if you go to World and height map, now you're probably thinking, what is this? It's a blank height map, so there's nothing showing. And if you lose it, you can just hit F to focus. Mouse wheel is zoom, and we can orbit using the Alt plus mouse button 1. Mouse button 2 is again zoom or dolly, and mouse button 3 with alt is a pan function. Again, always F to focus if you lose it. And it's pretty easy to navigate. It's just like Unity. So we want to center this at 0, 0, 0, and import our height map using this null button. I think we saved it in the documents folder. And it should load. Whoa. So it's a bit spiky here. Again, you can focus the whole map with F. Now, each pixel on the map corresponds to around 1 foot of each polygon here. We actually don't need that much close-in detail, so we can scale this out maybe 5 by 5. And yeah, it's still a little bumpy, so we can scale the height down to maybe half. We can just type it in here. And that looks pretty decent. So now each pixel corresponds to around 5 feet square of terrain. And in order to place objects, it's quite easy. We can just, you can find your environment objects, props, vehicles. You can place some buildings down. Again, controls are pretty much same as Unity. Ooh, I got some overlap. It should automatically place onto the terrain. If you have some problems here, you can translate with the move tool, which is W, keyboard shortcut. If you want to rotate, it's the E key. Okay, and just drag the handles. And scale is the R key. Again, it's really, really similar to Unity. If you want to not mess around with the handles, you can just right-click, drag the input fields. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Again, if you lose the object, or you find like, oh man, like why can't I zoom more than this? It just means like your pivot point is in the wrong place. So you can just focus the object by pressing F. Okay, and now you can zoom correctly now. So if we want to place trees, for example, I think that's under props. Yeah. So we can just kind of spam it. Random locations. Let's just put a little bit of everything down. Got some small trees, big trees. You can scale these up however you like. An easy way is to just duplicate it. Oop, not scale. Okay, we want to go back to the, let's delete those. Try again. You can duplicate it, Control D. Make sure you have the translate tool selected. You can kind of rotate things. Okay, and kind of repeat the process. Get a quick and easy forest going. Now, the NPCs are in entity, destroyable, physical, movable. Now, I'm going to put a search bar here somewhere so it's easier to find stuff. I know that's a pain now. But these are not the random NPCs. Like, these are NPCs you want to put down as like police guards or merchants. The random NPCs are spawned on the waypoints you put down. So all the way down in world, player waypoint. So if we want to put a few of these down, you just look at where you want to put it. We'll put one here, 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 and here. So they're a little hard to see, but the little red waypoints need to have neighbors assigned to show the next waypoint, to tell the AI, okay, this is where you go next. So if you want to add a neighbor, you select the waypoint, increase the length, you can right click drag, and then you can assign the next one right here. This automatically selects the next one. Increase, select the next waypoint here. Where's our next one? I think it's here. So again, same thing, select the next waypoint. And you want to make sure every waypoint has another waypoint you can go to. And you can take a look at the default map on how to do this with crosswalks or intersections or anything complicated. It's all been done before. And almost done. I think this is going to loop back. Ooh, now our AI is going to be able to cross this ridge, so let's add another one here. Okay, move this here. Go back here. Again, select our next waypoint and loop back down to our starting point right here. So here we have a kind of loop, and AI will spawn all along the path here. So you want to make sure your path doesn't go through any hills or terrain. Like this might be a problem here actually. But they will automatically spawn. The game will just take care of that. Vehicles are the same. These will be in green color, and you can place them down on the roads or whatever you put down. To do actual interiors, let's move this down a bit and find maybe somewhere flat. Get the elevation right. If the step sizes are too large, you can get more accurate positioning by lowering the snap tool. So let's see here. We're going to want to add a door to this building. It's under Entity, Door, Entrance. Let's use a double door here. And I'm going to want to flip this around. Let's just add a 180 here. Yeah, just place it wherever it looks good. The doors can actually be scaled to fit whatever building you're putting it on. I think 0.8 might do it. 6 or 7. Yeah, something like that. I mean, that looks halfway decent. We can play with it later. If you want to move things up or down, select it all, find a good elevation. I mean, that looks okay. For interiors, we're going to want to change the interior level. 0 is automatically the outside world. To place interiors, we want to change this to 1, for example. And this deselects the main outside layer. For interiors, it's kind of hacky, but you want to place them somewhere where the players can't see or hit them, which is normally underground. So under the place, you can select a interior floor, underworld, or objects, interior. We have different floor styles. Okay. Now place this maybe 10 feet under. Oh, we're going to want minus 10 feet. The water level is kind of getting in the way. This doesn't actually render when you're in the interior, so let's just make it minus 20. Can scale this a little larger, maybe a 20 by 20 foot room. Put some walls down, all the way down here. We're going to want to have a door, so let's put that first. Again, this is going to be minus 20. You want to have the snap increment set And then just go around placing other walls that fit the style of whatever kind of interior you're making. Again, Control D is your friend here. You'll start to learn these controls pretty easily and scale things out. Again, these are one-sided walls, but when you're inside, you know, it looks fine. And last wall here. Okay, and we do need a ceiling. So let's find that here. This one is a little hard to place. Is that right? Oh, I think we're on the wrong Z level. So make sure that's -20. And again, scale that to 2. And we have a pretty basic interior done. For the inside of the place, we want to go back to our doors and add a exit. So outside we have the entrance, inside we have our exit. These don't really have to be lined up. It's really irrelevant. You can move things around, but it will automatically teleport the player to the exit here. So go to exit. Now, it's kind of a problem. I mean, we have a double door here, and we only have a single door here. We can actually change that out. So let's find a double door. Let's place this down first. So again, we're at the -20 Z level. Let's focus. Okay, and find a correct wall for that. But yeah, we definitely need a search function here. So if you go to walls, let's find the correct style. Something like that. Lower it down to 20. And place that. Okay. Now, the last thing we want to do is connect these doors. So each door has a other door field. For that, you just select this and pick the other door. Oops. So you're going to want to select that. Make sure the other layer is selected. Okay, and then highlight that. Okay. So now we have our other door selected here. Again, now select this. Go down to our interior level. And select other door and connect this. So now they're both connected. You'll teleport from this to there, from there to here, and you're done. The last thing we need is spawn points. So this is where the actual player will spawn. So if you go to world, the spawn location here, okay, and that's where the player will spawn. This name will be used for like the taxi driver job or something, where it shows the destination you have to go. So spawn locations are used for the taxi destinations as well. So we can actually save this map to maps. Let's save it. Test. Oh, we are missing a jail. This is required if you have AI police that are trying to send you to jail. It's okay for now. I think we're not planning on going on jail, but for that you do want to place a jail yard entity. So we go to here, jail. We have a jail yard, and this is where the player will spawn in jail. You want to scale this to the size of your jail yard. So when the player escapes that area, they'll get what is it? The prison escape crime. But anyway, let's try saving again. Test. And there, no more errors. To actually test the map, we're going to want to go into our Broke Protocol folder, put the name of the map here, so test without the file extension, save. Okay, so here again our maps are here, we have test. I think we should be able to save and play it now. Let's try. So you can start offline mode. You might have to wait a little bit because the nav mesh has to generate at runtime. And there we go. So let's register, load the map, and there we go. So here you can see the AI spawning along the waypoints we set before. Note, we didn't have to put down any static NPCs for that. It's just handled automatically. Again, the map is generated automatically. You can lay down map markers in the editor too, and that will generate a legend for the map as well. So this should work. We enter, and there we go. There's our interior. And that's all there is to it, okay? So have fun with the world builder, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. See ya.